Hi, this is Dr. Brian Kettner with the Printed Foot. I wanted to go ahead and say that as of today, we are launching the beta of the Printed Foot web design software. It's at the-printed-foot.web.app. I'll put the link in the description, but you can sign on, play around with the software. Um, in order to export, you will need a sign in. With every sign in account or new account we create, I'm going to give you 5 free credits, and again, credits are only removed for 1 credit per pair when you download. So you can design to your heart's content and don't have to waste any credits until you're ready to download something. So first thing I'm going to go through is sign in. Sign in, you're going to come down here and hit create new account. You can sign an email address, or if you have Google, go ahead and sign with your Google account. All right, once you're signed in, it brings you back in as you signed in there. We're going to go ahead and just do a real quick test. This is going to be a male size 9. Uh, this tab for now, we're going to skip. You're not going to need to change anything. RX is where we add our prescriptions. Again, I'm just going to do a real quick, show you how things are done. This is the important part, the load foot scan. So we're going to come in here to my little database of foot just for demos. And we're going to load up this foot. My AI is still learning, so it doesn't always place the foot correctly, but you can either manually move it by clicking like that and slide into place, or to help train the AI, we do manually set points. You click that, and it's going to highlight the 3 lowest points in the areas. As long as your foot is relatively flattened and aligned, you're going to use these because these points are going to align it both in the frontal and plane. So we need to make sure that we go ahead and do that on the lowest points, so that way your frontal plane is properly lined up. So you hit select. Again, that didn't always work. So we will have to manually tweak this one a little bit. All right. What you want to look for is that it's not, you've got equal centered inside the heel cup, and that you're not touching any walls. Breaking the walls does cause a little bit of an issue. If you have to reshape it at this point, you can go ahead. You can adjust the ball, the foot width, any of the widths. You can also manually control the control points and grab them and drag them around. So go back in here to the scan. So at this point, we'll take off the edit control points. Go back to scan. We're going to come down. Um, and most important thing here is going to be apply the foot imprint. And that's what's going to carve the foot into the orthotic shape. And so once we have that, we can go ahead and take off the mesh, and you have the foot inside the orthotic. So the orthotic is basically ready to go. Right now, we still have a teeny little line that gets a little bump. You'll see it right there from where the foot imprint ended and where the shape of the orthotic is. What I like to do just to make things a little bit nicer is we added brush smoothing. So right here, you can see hit control, and then you can just go over this perimeter, clicking your mouse, and that just smooths that out real quick. And so that way you can get rid of any little bumps that might bother you. All right. And that is it. If you want to emboss the patient's name, the name that you type there will appear here. You can control the font size. You just hit emboss. We're going to go ahead and emboss on the one side, so properly embossed. So if we go down into the orthotic and go through it, all right, we're inside. Now we'll just go for the blow, and there you can see it embossed inside. So that's where the name is. Next thing you're going to go through is to the export, and this is where you will waste a design token if you go ahead and export. And it is one export if you do just one orthotic, or if you do a pair of orthotics. So I recommend you finish both before you export. When you do 2 orthotics, just do the left one first and then do the right one. Um, and just, yeah, hit export. We're going to go ahead export left, and then you open that up in your slicer and you're good to go.